comes to friendships, like any type of relationship, they need to be tended to every now and then. And here to help us to do that is one of our girlfriends and life coach and radio host, Ashley Berges. Welcome, Ashley.
Thank you for having me on again.
Morning.
I love being here. How y'all doing?
Good. Okay, so there are some girlfriend rules.
Most definitely. I think first off, the biggest rule is to ask permission before you post pictures of your friends, especially when you're going out at night, or comments that might have been said. You know, you never know if a friend's going through a divorce or what have you.
I love the ask permission about a photo thing, and usually with my girlfriends, I have a thing where I get to say okay to the photo, because if you're posting fat photos of me, I'm not going to be okay with that. Like, I have to approve whatever goes out.
No, and it's true because, I mean, many times we've had parties and events and people will just put things up, but you really should ask permission before you do that.
Yes, you know, don't ask, you know, don't say, hey, sorry, I did it. You know, really ask permission, because sometimes you really want to keep your Facebook, maybe, you know, kind of a high class, you know.
Yeah,
you want to be showing your best self.
Yeah, you don't want to be drunk photos and, or like checking in places where, I always ask people, like if I ever check in somewhere, just ask them if I can add them to it.
Do you want to be checked in here? Do you want people knowing where you are? Because sometimes you might not, and sometimes if you are going through, let's say, like a divorce with child custody issues or what have you, it could be a detriment to their future as well. So.
Oh, that's a good one. So what about with cell phones? Because that's a, you know, we're all on our cell phones all the time, texting and emails. What kind of rules should we look out for in our girlfriend relationships?
Well, you know, first off, we want to make eye-to-eye contact. So a lot of times when we have the phone like this, so we're not paying attention. But I think sometimes we just need to have girl time. So if you've made the effort to leave your house, drive all the way there, you know, go to the restaurant, go to the bar, go to the cafe, actually spend time with the people there, because the people that are on Facebook and stuff, they're probably great people too, but make the time for those people that you're actually spending time with. Right. I mean, they're there, so, you know, there's a game you can do. You can actually stack your phones, like take everybody's iPhones or whatever phones they are and stack them at the end of the table. And the first person to go after their phone actually gets to pay for the whole meal.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a really good one.
Is that text really that important? I don't know. It's going to cost you.
Right.
Exactly. And I think it's great because you're right. We don't have, you know, a lot of time with our girlfriends. So when we're together, we don't need to be on our phones and checking emails and, you know, tweeting and all that good stuff.
Yeah, life is just too short, and we're all really, really busy. And I think if you made that time, just, you know, make that extra effort and show them that you really do care.
Okay, how about like when it comes to texting, you send somebody a text and they don't respond to you. What's the proper way to handle that? Like usually I'll get busy and I don't pay too much attention unless it's something pressing and like I need an answer. Then I'll usually pick up the phone and just call. But
well, that's a really good question. Like texting etiquette, I think that it's become so important because we use texting so much as a general conversational situation. If somebody hasn't texted you back, wait 24 hours and then you can maybe retext that text, because people are really busy. I mean, y'all have a TV show, you're doing this, you're doing that, you have so many things going on in your life, you might not see that text, but maybe in 24 hours if it's retexted, you say, oh, okay, it was at the bottom of the list, I didn't see it.
That happens.
That's important also not to hound people, because when you really are stressed, you're working really hard, you start wondering, does that person really respect what I do? I mean, and then, you know, that can be an issue as well as not using all caps. You know how when people put all caps?
They're yelling, don't yell, don't text yell. Don't text yell, that's me.
It's like, what is this? And if it's really that important, pick up the phone and call me if it's that big of a deal, you know? But also, you know, and the exclamation points and that sort of thing too.
Okay, that's my issue, Lord.
Do you do lots of exclamation points?
Girl, and my daughter's like, Mom, why don't do that? But it's like my way of letting you know I'm really excited.
You do, because you do that. You do.
Does it get on your nerves?
Not at all, because I'm the same way. I do the same thing because I get excited about something, and I do lots of smiley faces and not emoticons. I can't do emoticons, but
okay. See, I don't do those a lot either. But those exclamation marks are like,
they're
I
helpful.
love you. But you know.
I always put a smiley face just to make sure people know that I'm saying it in really good intention.
Now I will do that because I don't want, if I'm saying something, I don't want to come across the wrong way. I'll make sure I put a little smiley face. So
the tone always gets lost.
Everything's good. Everything's good. If you say I want to talk, always put a smiley face there.
How about voicemail?
Well,
there's a certain way to leave a voicemail, right?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You know, voicemails are interesting because, you know, voicemail is like you've taken the time to actually make the call. You're leaving a voicemail, and when you listen to that voicemail, it's really great to hear one that's kind of upbeat and happy. You know, wow, I got a message from Ashley. Oh my gosh, she's in a really great mood.
Right.
I think I'm going to call her back. Instead of the other way around, Ashley's really depressed, and she's talking about all the negative things that's happening.
Right.
I think I might put that off.
Or my biggest pet peeve is when somebody leaves a message, hey, it's so-and-so, call me.
What is that about?
I mean, if you're going to leave me a message, tell me what you need. You
What's
know,
the
so
gist?
I can. Right.
What's the idea?
Exactly.
I mean, because you don't know what you're getting into either. It's kind of like, well, is this going to be a 5-minute conversation? Is this an hour conversation?
Right.
As well as this good, bad, or ugly? Because at 7 a.m., I don't want to have a bad or ugly call.
I hear you.
Well, thanks, Ashley. We needed that. We needed just kind of a, update on how we need to keep our relationships cool with all of this social media stuff going on. And you come back.
I most definitely want to. Y'all have an amazing show, and I'm so glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Good to have you. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Y'all have a great Memorial Day weekend, too.
Yeah.
And you can find Ashley online at liveyourtruelife.org, correct?
Liveyourtruelife.org. You were right.
All right. And you can find her every Sunday on 570 a.m. from 8 to 9 p.m.